Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you some advice about joining clubs and organizations on campus as a freshman. So I recently graduated from Howard University, so I can really only speak on the HBCU experience and joining orgs there. The orgs you join will determine the people you meet, the experiences you have, and literally like the next 4 years of your life. So choose wisely. There are so many different orgs to choose from, especially in college. There's like different variations of the same org. There's sports orgs, theater orgs, all types. The decisions can definitely be overwhelming. So the question is, how do you know which org is right for you? Firstly, start by looking into orgs on campus that align with interests that you already have or something that you want to learn how to do or get started in. There are photography orgs, modeling, dance, theater, sports orgs, exercise orgs. There's orgs for states. Like if you're from New York, then there's a New York club, there's a Texas club, all these different orgs. Definitely do some research into it. If you hear about an org fair, go. Definitely attend. At Howard, we had a fair, we had an event called Taste of Howard, where every org has an opportunity to come and showcase what they're about and what they do during the year. And it's a really great opportunity to learn, like, especially if you're interested, you have to make an effort because the orgs are not just going to come meet you in your dorm room, you know? So definitely take initiative. We had something called Taste of Howard. So if your school has a similar event where orgs are showcasing, what they do, then I highly suggest that you go. Even bring a friend, or even if you have to go by yourself. Like, a lot of times freshman year, you will be by yourself. And that's what people don't talk about. Like, not everybody has 10,000 friends from all these group chats when they first come to campus. And it's okay. You're not the only person who doesn't have a friend group. Before you even start the process of wanting to decide if you want to join the org, I suggest looking into their Instagram page and seeing what type of members they accept, and does it really fit in with your personality, with like what you believe in, because some orgs you might just not fit in and it's just you won't like it, you'll be miserable. So you need to do your research. IG pages, they have websites, some of them have TikToks, I think. I don't know, whatever the org has, just look at it, read through it, and make sure that this is something you genuinely want to do. Do not join an org based off of, oh, my friend is joining, so I just want to join with her so she's not alone, or I think this might be fun to do after class, because it's not fun, okay? A big reminder is that organizations typically have a status or a legacy that they're trying to uphold every single year. So they are very picky about who is going to join. They're not just going to let you in. They can't just let any and everybody into their org, obviously. So there's some work that you have to put in to show that you really want to be here and that you're dedicated and that you'll actually help advance and make the org better, possibly. Like, some orgs have multiple audition rounds, some have multiple events you have to attend. It's just a lot of work. Okay, some orgs are a lot of work to get into, and considering the fact that this is your first time in college, you just getting used to college level classes, you will be spread pretty thin. Okay, that's what a lot of people don't talk about, is that you can't just join an org. You can't just walk in and sign your name on the paper and be like, I'm in. No, it doesn't work like that. When I tell you this, you make sure this is something you really want. If you don't hear anything else I say in this video, hear that, okay? Because you will be miserable trying to join an org that you don't actually want to be in. So the exhaustion of joining an org kind of leads into my next point of, I highly do not recommend joining multiple orgs at a time. Do not join 2, 3 orgs at a time. You will be spread so thin. You will be so tired. Every day after class, there will be something to do. Every day after that something to do, it's another something to do. A lot of these orgs, because class is during the day, obviously, so their events or their practices, whatever you have to do, will be in the evening time, right? Most of them on the same day during the week, Some orgs have something every single day of the week, right? So you can't be two places at once. If you try to join two orgs, you will have to pick and choose. One day you might be able to make it to this event, one day you might make it to this event, but it will really hinder like your progress in the org and meeting people in that specific org, because if you're going between orgs, you know, it's so much work. This is coming from somebody who joined two orgs at once. But if I did have my full 4 years, then I would have just joined one org freshman year, another org sophomore year. Like, you have time, okay? You don't have to do it all your first year. I was so exhausted. Like, literally, I would leave practice from one org and I would go to the other practice. It's like 1 in the morning and I'm just getting back to my room. I'm just now doing my homework and I have class in the morning. Like, and keep in mind that a lot of these orgs might kick you out if you have poor attendance, because like I said, they're not just going to let anybody in. So if they think that you're not dedicated, like, oh, well, clearly you want to be in that org more, so go be there, you will get kicked out. I didn't get kicked out, but they will. Some of them don't play like that. Next, I want to talk about getting rejected. Let me tell you, I get it. The org you did all this research on, you was preparing for the audition, you met this person, that person who was giving you advice on how to do this and that to make sure you really got in. The day comes, you audition, and you don't even make it through the first round. Y'all, that happened to me. I cried. I did cry, and it's okay to cry. But let me tell you, it's okay to cry and move on. Okay? You have to move on. You might have some negative feelings, of course, because you really want us to get in, but clearly that wasn't the direction for you. So you just have to get over it and look for something else, because your heart will be broken. That's just a part of life, honestly. I came into college wanting to join these two specific orgs so bad, and the audition day came. Like I said, I didn't even make it through the first round, and I'm like, I was so sad because I feel like I worked so hard and I deserved to be there. So it's like, I didn't understand. They didn't really explain, like, oh, you didn't make it because this, you don't make it because that. And a lot of them won't do that because they don't really care. Like, not getting in wasn't even an outcome that I pictured for the future. Like, it blindsided me so bad. And it made me extremely nervous to even audition for the other org that I wanted to be in, because I'm like, what? Like, it humbled me so bad, and I was like, dang, I really need to put in the work to make sure that I get into the one I really want. And luckily I got into the second one that I wanted. But just know that rejections happen. I'm not the only person who got rejected from this or that. Like, it happens a lot. It happened to some of my friends. Like, I saw them so sad, heartbroken. But just know, you will get over it eventually. You have to, because there's literally nothing you can do. Once you're not in, you're not in. That's it. And even though I didn't get into that first org, luckily I still was trying, and I was looking around campus, and I ended up getting to another org that was very similar. And now that I've graduated, you know, I can clearly see that the specific org I joined, like, made me who I am. You know, it made me meet certain people that are now my best friends who I wouldn't have met if I hadn't joined. And if I had gone to the other org, like, I've heard so many things about the other org now. It's like, what did I want to get in so bad for? Like, I don't know. It's just I was glamorizing it. And that's exactly why I said earlier, make sure that it aligns with things you believe in. You won't even believe what goes on behind closed doors, you know? I'm not even going to talk about it, but I would have been a completely different person had I got in, and not necessarily in a good way. So everything happens for a reason. Everything will be okay. Just know rejections are possible, okay? It's possible for everybody, even you, even me. One day you will be an alum, right? And when you come back for homecoming or whatever, you're going to be representing that org. Obviously, you're going to see the members. You're going to say hi. You might take pictures. Like, this is a forever thing. You're not just a member while you're in college. Like, you're going to be an alum for the rest of your life. So joining orgs is really a big decision. And I feel like it's not talked about enough that you have to choose so carefully. Like, seriously, don't just join something just because, oh, well, I like their colors. Like, no, because you will hate it. You will be miserable. You will be so miserable. The last thing I want to talk about is using orgs primarily to make friends. It is true that the friends you meet in college will be your lifelong friends. The friends you make in your organization will be your sisters for life. It is true. But just because they're your sisters doesn't mean you like them as a person, okay? Especially with the bigger orgs, it's so hard to get to know every single person. It's so hard to get along with every single person. A lot of people be like, well, duh, that's common sense. You're not gonna like everybody. But for those of you who was thinking that, oh, I'm about to have so many friends, I'm about to make this, that, be prepared that you might only make 1 or 2 really close friends. And everybody else will be acquaintances. Everybody else will just be, oh, hey. Literally. Outside of the org, y'all might not have nothing in common. And that's okay. If you have like 1 or 2, 3 close friends, that's okay. It's possible you might not even have any close friends in that org. You might have 0. Just because you guys both like theater doesn't really mean that you guys are besties, okay? Just keep that in mind. Like, you're not going to love everybody in the organization. Thank you. Just remember to be friendly. Like, you have to make an effort. Just because you guys are in the org together also doesn't mean that you'll automatically be friends because of the things you talk about in the org. You have to make an effort to hang out. And outside of practice, put in an effort to speak to people and, you know, hang out with different people besides the same group every single day, you know, if you really want to branch out. And just keep an open mind. Things don't always go as planned, but they might go better than you planned. Things will switch up, and people might switch up, and people might even quit your org. So now you were best friends with a girl, and she's not even in the org no more, so now it's awkward. Okay, so just a little recap. The key points to joining orgs is make sure that you genuinely want to be here. You need to actually want to be here, okay? Because you will have to show up every single day and put in 100% effort. And it will be extremely draining if this is just something that you maybe want to do or something that, you know, you think you want to do. It has to be something you actually want to do. Secondly, do not overwhelm yourself. Do not overwhelm yourself, especially freshman year. You already have too much going on. You're already trying to adjust to living on campus. You're trying to adjust to a new school. You're trying to now adjust to joining an org. And you've maybe never done this in this capacity. Like, organizations in high school are not like clubs and orgs in college. At least the ones that I joined. I was in for a rude awakening. Lastly, keep an open mind. And just know the people in your org might not be as close with you as you had hoped, right? You might see the girls over there like, oh, they're so close. Like, where's my friend group? Just be patient. It will come. Or you might have to just make friends another way. There's so many ways to make friends in college besides just orgs. So I recommend joining org simply to make friends, because if you want to simply make friends, then go to the caf, go to the library. There's always somebody just chilling. Just start a conversation, right? So that's really all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. And if you enjoyed, please give it a like or comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. There will be new videos every single Friday. So if you're interested in my content, come back next week. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day today. And thank you so much for watching. Also, side note, in case anyone was wondering, this is a wash and go. This is day 2 hair. I use the Innocence I Create Hold gel mixed with the Camille Rose Curl Maker gel. And I think it came out super cute. It was my first time using 2 gels. Yeah.